Chapter 12. Mirabelle had just kicked off her shoes and started helping Lucien with his homework when the doorbell rang. "Be back in a minute. Don't get distracted," she told Lucien before heading to the door. Mirabelle was surprised to see Jeremy's face through the peephole. She hesitated before slightly opening the door. "Hey, can I come in?" Jeremy asked. Her grandmother wouldn't stand to have Jeremy in her house. Mirabelle held up her hand and quietly slipped outside. "What are you doing here?" Mirabelle asked. "I just wanted to check on you and the kid. How old is he? I also wanted to make sure things were okay with you and our old friend who just showed up out of the blue. I know it's probably difficult to work with Blake." "It's not as difficult as standing here with you," Mirabelle thought. "You haven't been concerned with me for years. Why do you care now?" "I've been busy, but now that things have slowed down, I'm curious how you feel about Blake being in town." Mirabelle shrugged her shoulders. "It's nice to see an old friend," she said. "I feel the same way, too. I had hoped he'd stay around for longer." Mirabelle looked at Jeremy. She hadn't heard anything about Blake leaving town again. He was set to open a restaurant in a matter of days. "You haven't heard," Jeremy said, a smirk on his lips. "What are you talking about?" "There's a job in Denver. Nice place, good salary. You know Blake is a city boy now. He doesn't like ranching and living in the country. You ever seen him out there with his dad? It's clear he hates being out there." It was true that Blake was no cowboy, at least not a willing one. But he was good at ranching and talented in the kitchen. He's a great rancher. He just has chosen a different path. "Yeah, but that makes him a bad fit for Friendly. Don't expect him to stick around." "I'm guessing he didn't tell you he had an interview in Denver," Jeremy said. Mirabelle saw where Jeremy was going. He wanted to hurt her, and it seemed that he was jealous of the connection she and Blake had rekindled. "I better get back to work," Mirabelle said. Jeremy caught her arm as she walked away. "I know you don't want to hear this, but it's the truth." "Okay," Mirabelle said, pulling her arm away. "Mirabelle, I'm just trying to stop you from getting hurt." "Jeremy, I don't have time for this. If you want to help, pay some child support so I don't have to work 2 jobs to take care of our son. The son you never have done anything for." Jeremy's eyes narrowed. He pushed his face up close to hers. "There is no proof that kid is mine. Now, if you have something that proves that, show me and we can talk." "Jeremy, you don't remember going to the cave with me 9 months before Lucien was born?" "How do I know you weren't there with other guys?" Mirabelle let out an angry laugh. "I hope that makes it easier for you to sleep at night." "It does." "Great." "He's a soldier, a chef, and a city boy. He's not going to fall for you." Mirabelle went back into the house, slamming the door in Jeremy's face. That night, Mirabelle tossed and turned. Was it true that Blake was taking off soon? It seemed unlikely. Jeremy always had been a troublemaker. There was no reason to listen to him. By the time Mirabelle walked into Elegance the next day, she had pushed aside what Jeremy told her. Blake was there when she arrived. He looked chipper and eager to get started. "What's on the agenda today, boss?" Mirabelle asked. "Well, that reporter Jada mentioned that she might need a place to cater her wedding. This could be a good opportunity for us to build additional business." "That's a great idea." "Thanks. I talked to Denise about it, and she thinks it's a good idea, too." So today, we're testing out cakes for Jada and Harley's wedding. In a quest to keep our waistlines in order, while testing out several delicious flavors, we're going with cupcakes. "Cupcakes would open up a lot of opportunities," Mirabelle said. "We can have a variety of cupcakes instead of just one cake, and they're easier to add to the menu. We can have specific ones on different days." Blake nodded. "Variety is the spice of life." "Are we actually catering Jada and Harley's wedding? You know he's our new county commissioner." "I heard that. As far as the wedding, I'm not even sure of the date, but we'll showcase our skills and see what happens." "How can I help?" "Well, we're just making cupcakes. Pretty much we'll be doing what you do at home." I've never made cupcakes." "What? Come on, Mar. You've made cupcakes." She shook her head. Blake waited for her to laugh, but when she didn't, he felt joy rise in his heart. "You honestly haven't made cupcakes before?" "While you've been in the kitchen, I've been out ranching." "Oh, I see. Well, Missy, it's time to learn a new skill. Prepare to acquire valuable recipes that can be used to influence people and win friends. Maribel giggled. All right, learning how to make cupcakes sounds like something I might be able to use. But if you're going to teach me something, it's only fair that I impart some knowledge on you. Okay, what will you be teaching me? We're going to plant Grandma's garden. Blake squinted his eyes. I don't know if I'm cut out for that. Everyone is cut out for growing fresh food. Maybe, but Lucian will love to have you on board in the dirt. Besides, I don't like baking, but I'm willing to give it a try because the instructor is, well, interesting. Maybe you'll give gardening a try for the same reasons. You know what? I could use your help with something. Okay, what? My dad is going to be away for a while. He needs me to take care of the property, but I also have the kids. I can handle it, but if you and Lucian would like to help me with the fields and the animals, I'd really appreciate it. We'll be there, bright and early, before we have to come here. Won't that be too early for Lucian? Nope. He'll be up before me. He loves ranching. Great. Well, let's get this done so we can get out of here, Blake said, pointing at the menu. They finished the menu for opening night. It was a short page of main courses, appetizers, and desserts. After taste testing the cupcakes and making sure everything was in order for Monday evening, they locked up. I'll see you tomorrow, Maribel said. She was standing close to Blake, staring into his eyes. Realizing that he might get the wrong idea, she considered looking away, but something held her gaze on his. He inched closer. Wondered what exactly the wrong thing was to think. I won't see you until Monday. Blake stepped back. Had she been too familiar with him? Church? No, I don't go to church anymore, Blake said, taking another step away from her. Confused, Maribel nodded and headed for her truck.